Hello and welcome to the Post-E3 Bantercast. We will discuss the games that were released at E3 this year and discuss the consoles that were announced, because this was the first E3 in quite a while where, it's the introduction of the next generation. It's a big topic this year.
Do we really need to discuss the consoles? I don't think there's much left to discuss there.
True.
Really,
We can stay our piece and then leave it at that.
Well, my piece is buy a PS4 if you must have a console.
Yeah, pretty much. If you do not live in a country that isn't supported by Xbox Live, then you should either get a PS4 or, as what's his name again? He had a really forgettable name. The Xbox dude with a weird face. He was like, if you don't have an internet connection, buy an Xbox 360.
We suggest you keep your 360. That's just the marketing strategy of the future.
Yeah.
Right there. That is how everybody should sell something. You can buy it, but if you don't feel like it, just buy this lesser thing. Well, actually, technically, it's a better thing, but perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, or you could buy a PS4 because that also doesn't need an internet connection.
And it's brilliant. You save like $150. So
yeah.
What could you buy with that? You could buy your extra controller. You could get your PSN Plus for a year. You could get a couple of games.
Yep. And PSN Plus actually comes with Driveclub for free.
Well, there you go. It's just superior in every way. But we should really stop about this because we will get stuck on
We will.
that for
Yeah.
the entire episode. Oh dear. Poor console gamers.
Including me, because I was looking forward to Forza 5, which is
Yeah,
unfortunately going to be
there.
an Xbox One exclusive. They're not porting it back to 360.
So if you want to join 6 other people in the world who will be playing Forza 5, buy an Xbox One.
I know a lot of Forza players are now going either back to Gran Turismo, or they're now going up to like iRacing, or they're following Project Cars now.
Yeah. I think the up is the more logical direction, really.
Yeah.
There's no point jumping from one faux sim to another faux sim.
Yeah.
Might as well just go full-blown sim and get something like iRacing or Project Cars or at Assetto Corsa.
Yeah.
Just looking at a minute ago, actually.
That looks really, really good.
Not an E3 game. It's I believe being greenlighted on Steam.
Yeah. I think P-Cars wasn't at E3 either.
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, it's not on the
No.
list of E3 games.
Nope. There's something called Project Spark. I don't even know what that is.
It's basically Little Big Planet, but for Xbox.
Oh, right, yeah. And PC.
Oh, is it coming for PC as well?
Sure it is. No, I've lost it. Yeah, PC and Xbox One.
They did not say that at E3.
Of course they didn't. All the Xbox One games were like multiple platform releases. It was like
that's sneaky.
Yeah. It's awful what they did. But as for games of interest, I'm going to take the lead here and say something that's never been mentioned about on the channel before. But Battlefield 4 looks awesome. Yay! Console gamers finally get 64-man battles.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have no idea why it was on the 360 and PS3.
I think because they're not
Honestly,
that.
I have no idea.
They're not that good, hardware-wise.
Well, you have to look at it this way: is Battlefield 1942 had 64-man battles.
Yeah.
Why?
That was their explanation with it. The PS4 and PS6 can't actually handle the big battles.
Yeah, I guess.
To be honest, it is best
Sure.
on PC anyway.
But nonetheless, it's all getting better in Battlefield 4.
Yes.
Will I buy it? Probably not.
Not now, at least.
I don't think I could build a PC really capable of doing Battlefield 4 justice.
Yeah.
And well, sure as hell not buying a console. So, well, I'm pretty sure it's out on. Yeah, it's out on PS3 and 360,
Yeah.
as well as next gen and PC.
Yeah.
But I think it may still be like the 32-man battles and smaller maps. Just general toned downness.
Yeah. So, in other news, The Crew. It's actually a new IP for next gen. It's
Beautiful.
it's the game I'm most excited for at E3. I mean, I didn't know anything about it before E3, so I was watching the Ubisoft conference, and they showed like these wheels sort of rolling around. I think, oh, okay, this is probably a new Driver game. This is Ubisoft. It's gonna be Driver. And these wheels, like the Honda commercial thing, where they sort of roll around and they're bumping things into other things, and suddenly like they become magnetized, and like these brake, they sort of fly at the wheels. And I think, oh, okay, it's gonna build a car from all this. And it's like, no, suddenly it becomes a Camaro, starts drifting around in the streets. It's like, is this Driver? Is it really Driver? Then sort of driving around, and then it sort of starts transforming. Like, not like a transformer, but like there needs to be an underground intro. The parts sort of start, forming over it. And it's like, is this like an underground game? And you keep watching and watching, having no idea what this game actually is. And it's like, it's got elements of like the Fast and the Furious games. There's a bit of Test Drive Unlimited in there. Bit of Most Wanted with like the cop chases. Then at the end, it's like, this is The Crew. It's like, what's The Crew? I don't know what it is, but I want it.
And so does pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Who doesn't want to drive across American states in Baja-tuned Shelby GT500s?
Yeah, and it's actually like, they've modelled like, not the whole, I mean, it is basically the whole of the USA, but it's not every single city, it's basically all the important ones. But the map is still big enough that, and I think the dev said this, with a Lamborghini, it will take you an hour and a half to get from Miami to Los Angeles.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a huge map. No loading times between cities.
That puts it about on par with Hawaii and TDU.
Yeah, which is unsurprising because the peeps from TDU are actually working on this.
That makes perfect sense. They pretty much nailed the whole open world, massively online racing game.
Yep, they also have the folks from not the current guys making Need for Speed, like the older guys, the ones who made the good Need for Speeds. They got the old crew from Driver, and I forgot the last one. There was another good game that they've got the devs from.
Juiced.
I wish. that would be pretty cool though. The customization is like Juice though. It's more like Need for Speed. I mean, they actually like quoted like Need for Speed Underground 2 as their source of reference for customization.
That's good, I guess.
It is.
To a degree, yeah.
I've seen a bit of gameplay, and like you do choose like what spoilers you want, what bumpers, wheels, decals.
That's good. So it's not just tiered tuning.
No.
Oh. Good.
It's like you pick like what chassis you want, and it puts like the Baja body on it. Then you pick what you want on the body, which is pretty sweet.
This does sound very good.
Out early 2014, so I will be buying a PS4 for that game. Early 2014. Please Sony,
just get it on PC.
because everyone else is going to be buying it on PS4. Who's going to be playing with me? They are. Shafts is. And
so?
Can play on PS4.
I'll be getting it on PC.
Also, because it's next gen, I don't think it will run on my PC too well.
It's Ubisoft. They're very, very good with optimization.
I get it for both.
Very good with it.
I get it for both.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be getting it for PC. So screw you, filthy casual.
But next gen.
you realize Mike has the next gen worth of console power and then some sat on his desk
Yeah.
in computer form.
It's weird because PC's been at next gen for the past 3 years, 4
Year and a
years.
half, 3.5, however long.
When
But
Crisis 3 was
the-
released, that's what the next gen started.
Apart from the whole shader, what was that? Clever technology they showed off in the new console graphics cards. The Nvidia then released a new series the day after to show, oh look,
Oh
PC
yeah.
now has it as well. I can't remember the name of the technology.
Wasn't that that DVR stuff where you can record your gameplay? Wasn't it that?
I don't remember. But yeah. Anyway, that's elitism. More
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3.
Yay, or rather, not
Uh,
yay, because it's not.
Yeah. That's just. Okay, we'll start with it's an Xbox One exclusive. And we'll also point out. Okay, to anyone that's actually played Dead Rising, did you enjoy sticking a Lego head on your head, stripping down to your boxes, and murdering zombies with a chainsaw or a golf club, or riding into them in a tiny kid's bicycle?
I
No?
can say,
Good,
I can say
because
yes.
you can do none of those things. It's when all gritty and real and horror and BS. There was a point where one of the devs, when we approaching a horde of zombies, said, "This will be too big for you to handle." What? That's not the whole point of Dead
Yeah.
Rising. There is nothing too big to handle in Dead Rising.
In Dead Rising 2, I just used to this big pile of zombies, and I have this sledgehammer axe that I made. I'm just gonna go at them. I'll take them all on.
That's it. In Dead Rising 1, I remember taking a water pistol to the zombies, and no, there's loads of them. I best just walk over the top of them. Now I am safe.
They've
Oh,
sucked out all of the Dead Rising out of Dead Rising with 3.
Pretty much.
And there's no Frank West, so it's like you don't have the camera, which adds like a completely different sort of experience to the game.
Certainly does.
Because you actually like go and seek out the funny moments to take pictures of them for points, which was great.
Them damn fools.
It's because they're aiming at Call of Duty.
Call of Duty has zombies, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was like a quote or it's like something like Reddit came up with, but they're aiming at the game at Call of Duty fan base, and one of sort of the memes that's come from that is because all the other games that aimed at Call of Duty have done pretty well, haven't they?
Yeah.
List of games that have failed lately.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh well. Good luck to them.
Yeah. Hopefully it does well enough to, get Dead Rising 4.
Well, no, we want it to do bad, so Dead Rising 4 is how Dead Rising 2 and 1 were.
I can't set off Sarkham's detectors, can I? Damn it.
No.
Damn it. Anyway, Driveclub, which we briefly mentioned before, is the PS4 exclusive launch title. It's basically what it says on the tin. You drive in car clubs, but there's always sort of, it's all exotic cars, and you can put your own liveries on them and challenge each other, sort of do club duels, as it were. It's pretty cool. Probably not my sort of thing, because it's a bit too club focused. It's like if there's no one to play with, how would you play the game with no one to play with?
It's a fair point.
It probably is a single player, but I don't know. It seems like the point of the game is to be in a club.
Oh well. I'm sure it'll be a great game to play, but
Yeah.
you are right about the whole social aspect of it. I guess that's why it's free to PSN Plus members.
Yeah.
But obviously, you'll be able to play it online then and become part of a club.
Yeah.
You will have the ability to do so.
Because enough people will be having it on launch anyway, so
Yeah.
shouldn't be too hard.
Indeed. Well, seriously, this list of games we've got here is just massive. I can't physically zoom in anymore. Just squint my eyes.
I've got it on sort of my smaller screen, so I can actually like see more than a few pixels.
I have no such option. Right. I think the next one on Forza Motorsport 5. Yeah, Xbox One, cloud racing. There's a guy in a cloud and he helps you play a game or something. I didn't really get the gist of it.
You know the driver tile from Forza 1 that learned how you raced and it would copy you?
It's got something that is nothing like that.
Yeah. The man in the cloud watches you race and watches you fab, and it stores information. So when other people are racing, it will put you as their AI or something. So their AI will basically be you driving as you would, and it will take what car you prefer, what liveries you prefer. So it's like driving online, but it's AI.
Yeah.
I suppose it's quite good in that way. So yeah, it's basically the same as that, but in the cloud.
Woo. So it means it does stuff you never asked it to.
Exactly. Going back a bit, FIFA 14. Not that anyone cares about FIFA 14 except for the bro gamers, but I just want to point out it's out for PS2.
Yeah, next gen. Wait, what?
Yeah. It's not out for the Wii U, but it's out for the PS2.
Yeah, okay.
Makes complete
Whatever.
sense.
I guess. Presumably, it's for impoverished families across the world. Soccer or football or however you put it is the pauper's sport.
Yeah,
no, that's not fair.
There's a few countries that are still only just getting the PS3 and Xbox 360 new, and they've had the PS2 all this time, so I guess it makes sense.
Indeed.
So, moving on, guess quite fitting after mentioning Forza 5, Gran Turismo 6, not for the PS4, but for the PS3. They decided that, you know what, there's 70 million people on the PS3, we'll just make it for the PS3. And then we'll give you GT7 in a few years. So I suppose makes sense, because it would make sense to have like Gran Turismo and Driveclub on launch.
Yeah, that would be two competing games.
Yeah, even though they're not in the same,
Side.
not really the same type of game, but they're still both racing games.
Yeah.
Yeah, GT6 is really just sort of an expansion on GT5. It's got a better rendering engine, better physics engine. It's all really, it's just a better engine. I think 200 new cars added on. I think 5 new tracks.
That's something.
It's very much a game to keep you, on your PS3 until something on the PS4 takes your interest, I think.
Have they got rid of the awful Gran Turismo tracks, or?
No, keep it. I like a few of the Gran Turismo tracks.
That's one of the things Forza has very much ahead of Gran Turismo 6. Gran Turismo anything is tracks that look like actual tracks.
Yeah. Like
As
a few of
opposed
the tracks have had like 15 years to develop look pretty good now, but like I think Cape Ring was a bit too. No, it wasn't very picturesque. The scene wasn't that good. So Route X looked good though. And that was like a proper top speed track that pretty much anyone in any racing has ever asked for. You get like it's like a 10-kilometer straight, and then I think it's like a 6-kilometer like banked turn, like the old test course, and then another 10-kilometer straight. Then it loops back, which is it's the best top speed track I've seen on console at least.
See it from the moon.
You probably could.
Indeed. Now, so in what appears to be a kind of recurring theme upon this channel, we're going to mention the Ford Falcon briefly.
Yay.
Because Mad Max game.
Ah, yes.
What? So, yeah, apparently aiming for PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbone, and yeah, it has a guy who looks like and probably is called Mad Max. It has a Ford Falcon. That's it, really. There's some explosions.
Yeah, that's all we're really showing. The trailer.
There's no real hint as to what genre it's supposed to be, what you can do in it, whether it's open world, closed world, whatever. I'd imagine it's open world. I mean, the very idea of something like Mad Max being linear would just, no matter how good you made the story, it couldn't possibly be as good as anyone who's ever imagined a Mad Max game being.
Yeah. It was funny watching a Twitter feed when it actually came up, because people were like, is this Fallout 4? Is it Fallout 4? Fallout 4? Fallout 4? Fallout 4? Fallout 4? And then Mad Max. You see the Falcon, and it was like, wait, that's Mad Max? And then it's like, title, Mad Max. It's like, oh my god, it's Mad Max. I'm happy, but I wish it was Fallout 4.
What? Why?
People have wanted Fallout 4 for about, I don't know, 5 years now, I think.
Well, tough.
I'm looking forward to Mad Max, though. Looks good.
You'll just get an IGN review of it's like Skyrim with guns.
Because it kind of is.
Ah, I love the way they review everything as being that.
And, you know, it's not Call of Duty, doesn't get a 9 or 8.
Or 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it has a dog. This must be the best game ever.
I am so emotionally attached to the dog.
Look, we made a big thing about the fish AI, except actually the fish AI is pretty retarded compared to that of a Mario game from about a decade ago.
Have you seen what they've been saying about that now? They're backpedaling, saying, "Oh no, we're joking about the fish."
Yeah, okay.
It's like, why would you make jokes about that in front of investors?
Yeah.
People who are going to, like, fund, probably not this game, but the next one.
Jokes like that in front of an investor. If that was a joke, then where was the actual big breakthrough? Because that was about the only... No, you could lean like you could in first-person shooters from about a decade ago again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to 2000.
What was
the dog's new.
Oh man, I can't wait until EA release that new Medal of Honor game. What is it? Medal of Honor Underground? That's it. The brand spanking new one with amazing features such as 3D graphics.
I actually liked Medal of Honor Underground. It was awesome.
I never played it. I had that. What the hell was that D-Day landing one? Oh god, I can't remember it. Frontline, I think it was.
Ah.
That was the one I heard. That was awesome. There was a silly hats cheat where you could give people fighter planes and bunkers for hats. Made the game utterly unplayable.
Yeah, I can imagine. Is that a jet? What's that jet doing? Oh wait, it's a person. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny when you're running through the trenches and you see a Willis Jeep sort of bobbing back and forward and up and down as someone is running behind the cover. Oh my god, it's the party Jeep.
Party Jeep.
Ah, dear.
It's a shame that franchise had to go the route of Call of Duty.
Yeah. And just be awful and somewhat glorify war and other hosts of terrible things, but...
And now it's cancelled as a series.
Yes it is. Can't ever think why. Now, as a racing game channel sort of thing, we have an obligation to mention Mario Kart 8. Despite the fact that neither of us own a Wii U or a Wii. Do you have a Wii?
It's the family console downstairs, but I don't use it.
Right, well, there you go. It wouldn't matter if you had a Wii anyway, you couldn't buy it for that. Wii U only. Exclusive for that.
Of course.
No idea why, because, again, about 5 people own a Wii U. Because no one can quite understand why they should buy a Wii U. Look, it's a Wii with a TV in the controller.
It's because they called it the Wii U and not the Wii 2. Because people thought, is this just a pad for my Wii? Is that what Wii U is?
No one really understood. I mean, they can be forgiven only because a Wii has, or Nintendo consoles for the past while, hasn't really been for core gamers.
No.
They've been family consoles. So your average family isn't really going to know what the hell's going on there.
Yeah.
It's especially with the consoles themselves looking so similar. This box, rounded box.
Yeah, black rounded box.
Yeah, well, there was a black Wii towards the end of its cycle.
Ah, okay.
The Wii Mini comes in black as well. Black and red, actually. Quite fetching. Maybe I one.
It's Mario Kart 8. I had Mario Kart for the DS. That's about all the Mario Kart I've ever had in my life.
Mario Kart in my life. I played it on my old work Wii that we had in the staff room.
Ah.
Other than that, no.
Oh. Well, continuing on, actually, I want to mention MGS5, Metal Gear Solid, because it looks fantastic. Did you see the trailer for it?
Yeah, it's still MGS.
Yeah, it's still going to be
head fuck.
Yeah. It's still like a story with the occasional cutscene. Yeah, occasional bit of gameplay.
Yeah, it's not going to be MGS3, which I still regard as being one of the best games on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
There wasn't too many cutscenes. There was a decent amount of gameplay, and
there was a ton of Easter eggs as well.
Oh yeah,
it was like
Easter eggs to the hilt.
So, like, spoilers for the next, I don't know, minute. When you're facing the end, is it the end? The guy with the sniper?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the guy who's cold-blooded.
Yeah, if you save the game, turn it off, don't play it for a few days, then come back to it, he just dies of old age.
It's brilliant. So many things, like the movie reference, the B sort of. Well, I suppose they're not really B movies; they're major movies at the time. The game was set in. Every time you saved the game, I must have set fire to my memory card. How many times I saved the game just on a random bit of information. Brilliant game, and I'm sure NGS 5 will have that many details.
Yeah.
Just whether it'll be an interactive story or not is the big question. For authenticity, I suppose you should really buy it on the Xbox One if it does happen to be an interactive story. I'm being really clever here. Philips CDI. Effectively interactive stories.
Yeah.
Looks remarkably like an Xbox One. It'd be so perfect.
It would.
Like traveling back to, God, I don't even know when. What, mid-90s, early 90s?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't remember. Probably because I was knee-high to a grasshopper, but...
It wasn't really popular here either.
No, I don't think it was even attempted to be sold here, actually. Philips knew better. We wouldn't take any of that shit. Oh, but the rest of the world, as it turned out.
So that's MGS5 coming out for current gen and next gen, PlayStation, Xbox. They're considering a PC version. It's not.
That would be awesome.
It's not confirmed that they're considering it. Yeah, it'll look like the trailers if they do it on PC.
Yeah, exactly. It would be utterly awesome. Now, Need for Speed Rivals.
Yay.
We mentioned we've mentioned that before. Has anything really new came of Need for Speed Rivals?
Because of the crew, I've not really been following Rivals all that much this E3 because
yeah,
from the previous it just looks like an updated Hot Pursuit, which is great. Hot Pursuit is great, but I don't want another one. I'm happy with
it's
Hot
too
Pursuit.
soon.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit, the reboot of Hot Pursuit, was released in 2010. It's
Yeah.
3 years, and still there's been nothing like an Underground remake, for instance.
Yeah.
Or what I'd personally like to see is a Pro Street 2.
That also would be great.
I'm not sure too many people would agree with that, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, the physics needed work, but the concept of the game was great.
Oh yeah, the concept was pretty much flawless.
Yeah.
Which is why Forza Horizon came to be, I guess.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, it's Pro Street.
It's pretty much Pro Street without the whole everything is slightly worn out.
Yeah, it's shiny Pro Street.
Shiny, shiny. Speaking of shiny, shiny, Minecraft Xbox One Edition.
Oh no.
It looks no different to the Xbox 360 version. And it's still inferior to the PC version.
Yeah. This really does sound like we're hating on console owners a lot.
It does, but...
And we're not meaning to. I have owned hundreds. No, not hundreds. Well, actually, if you include the 360s, hundreds of consoles. I started on consoles. I love consoles. It's just this generation coming up leaves a lot to be desired and hasn't done much to excite.
It's the idea that most console publishers now are like, these are just things to make money out of now.
Yeah.
You rarely see, the love in the product now.
Yeah. And the fact the consoles themselves are slowly just becoming social media hubs of sorts, which last time I checked, that's kind of what you can do with a PC. In fact, it'd take me 3 seconds to open up Facebook right now.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure it'd take something like 10 on an Xbox One, or forever in a day if you had less than 1.2 megabyte per second.
Yeah.
Land speed.
I mean, the Xbox has Internet Explorer, so already it's going to be slow when using the internet. And the PlayStation's browser isn't too good either.
No.
See, I'd rather use the PC for my Facebook stuff anyway. And Twitter.
Oh dear. That again.
But remember to follow us at Banter Gaming. Cause
what the hell? Why?
Just a quick plug. But I mean, why? It keeps people up to date with the channel.
Yeah. It is one. If anything ever happens with YouTube, if something does happen with YouTube, when something does happen with YouTube, you can find our videos quite quickly through our Twitter feed. As soon as they're released, boop, out goes a tweet. Rather than YouTube, which could take anywhere up to a week to figure out what it's doing. Because that's just the nature of the beast.
It is. YouTube would rather give us lousy layouts than actually fix the site.
Yep, pretty much. But we can't. They are, in a way, the reason that we're able to do this, so.
Yeah.
Don't bitch about them too much.
That's the thing, when you're a YouTuber, you're allowed to bitch about your boss, basically.
Well, no, they're not really our boss.
No, true. Full screen's our boss.
Yeah.
Creator X.
Hail, almighty full screen / Creator X.
YouTube is basically like the building that we work at.
Yeah, they sort of own the commercial district. And Creator X rent the building that we work in from YouTube.
Yeah.
There we go. That's perfect.
So a game that wasn't actually listed at E3, but I think it's still worth a mention. Gran Turismo 5. It's very much looking forward to that game. There's a PS3 bundle that'll be out on release of GTA 5. Get that few extra PS3s out.
I've noticed that. I'm actually kind of attracted to that. Mainly because I don't have a PS3 and, well, everything's going to drop in price for those pretty soon. So, maybe a good idea. Much against what I said previously, where buy all the PS3 stuff.
Yeah.
They'll go up in value, but turns out that PS4 is the savior of the entire console race. So
it's the Xbox that you should buy now, because it's going to be hella expensive later.
Yes, rather than the controllers. Seriously, that Xbox One controller. What is something that hard doing with an asshole like that?
Yeah, but do you know what's great? You can take that controller and put it on your PC. This will be the first generation where the controller outsells the console.
Oh man, that'd be odd sales figures to look at.
It'll make sense though. I think actually 360 pads, the sales of those are quite close to the console. Obviously I haven't got any stats to back it up, but enough PC gamers use them that I think that's actually quite a huge amount of sales.
Well, and the fact you have to buy some more for when you have fans around, or when it gets too squeaky to tolerate, or you realise that your wireless ones actually suck ass and you want a wired one.
Yeah, because I have like these knockoff battery packs for the wireless ones, so it lasts all of about 5 minutes.
Before setting your hands on fire.
Yeah, before melting in my hands.
Yeah. Right. Couple of new games that are effectively the same game but different. Trials, the brilliant physics-orientated get from point A to point B on your motorcycle game.
Ah, yes.
2 new versions. One called Trials Fusion, which will be released on PC, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbone. No idea why they're not bothering with the PS3, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to be all next gen with the graphics in a 2D-ish game, but it'll look kind of 3D.
2.5D, I think is the term.
Yeah. Really cool game.
Yeah.
I love Trials, actually. It's great. Got it on my phone and Xbox and PC.
I remember playing it I think in 2001, when it was just a Flash game.
Yes.
That was addicting as hell.
Certainly was. And then there's Trials Frontier, which is just mobile only. Slightly different art style. I think that's why they've made them as 2 games, so they can optimize it for each platform. Although Trials on the Android, at least, is a completely different kettle of fish to anything on the console or PC, so I don't really see the point of that.
I still appreciate the thought there.
Yeah.
So what else do we have here? Saints Row 4, we skipped that.
Oh, bloody hell, so we did.
Yeah, not much was real about E3, at least in the conferences. From the interviews, it's basically more of what we saw in Saints Row 3. But
more.
Yeah, but it's aliens. And the story hasn't been revealed yet, I guess because they didn't want another bit of backlash like in Saints Row 3.
Yeah. I don't know. I think judgment shall be reserved.
Yeah.
For Saints Row 4. Nothing to say that's going to be a great or terrible game so far.
So. I think it'll be at least as good as 3.
Yes.
If it was going to yeah. that's debatable, I know.
Yeah, seeing as 3 apparently is getting modding support.
Yeah, Vision are working with one of sort of the big mod dudes to actually like, open up the entire game to modding, which would be great.
Which sort of makes me question if there is actually a point to Saints Row 4, seeing as you could just put that dubstep gun into Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
With a mod.
See, this is why most publishers actually don't allow modding anymore. It's just like, you guys won't buy a new game because you made the previous game even better.
Yeah. It's like, what's the point in there being a Just Cause 3?
Yeah.
Seeing as it's Just Cause 2 multiplayer, which is possibly one of the best things on Earth.
And they're still improving it.
Yeah. But whatever, so there you go. Pre-order Saints Row 4 now, if you want.
Yeah, they actually have an edition where you get a big actual life-size dubstep gun, which plays dubstep.
I'm not sure why I'd want that.
It's for cosplayers, I think. They can have it.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's like the headset that came in Saints Row 3, which changed voice to Zemos' voice.
See, that's awesome. That has a use.
That's actually caught on now. I think there's like a T-Pain microphone you can buy. You talk into it and it records your voice, but then it plays it back to you with T-Pain auto-tuning.
What the hell? That's ridiculous.
So yeah, I'll get one and do a Let's Play in T-Pain voice.
That would be the most awesome thing ever. You should totally do that.
I'll try and get one and do it. Yeah, I think that's it for all the E3 releases.
Yeah, that's E3 in what we deemed relevant nutshell. So
yeah, at least read into the channel. Yeah.
Yeah, we could list off every game here, but
It'll
there's
take
plenty of other
ages.
places where you could do that, and yeah, we don't have that much commitment.
Yeah, I mean,
we get bored by game number 12.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon's pretty cool. Rayman's pretty cool, but it's not really stuff that I've really looked up much of, and
yeah, it's all meh.
yeah, it's a lot of games where I'm like, it's just another FPS.
Yeah, pretty much. Right, well that'll be all from us this Bantercast. Be another one in 2 or more weeks. Whenever we can be bothered. It's actually kind of hard to squeeze this into a time scale.
But at least it lives up to the banter part of the channel, finally.
Yeah, we actually get to converse.
Yes.
Commit heinous acts of banter. It's brilliant.
So that's all from us this past, I think, half hour. Been a half hour?
About that, yes.
Very good.
A bit more.
Very good. Lots of content for the channel. Not that we lack content. Daily content.
Yeah.
Every day.
And sometimes twice a day, or 3 times in that very rare occasion.
Hopefully the free time day stuff isn't annoying.
Yeah, and hopefully the occasional missing of a day isn't too annoying either.
No.
Accidents happen.
Accidents do happen. Especially with YouTube and how YouTube processing works.
Indeed. Right. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.
Bye.